Important current affairs today. We have an institution called World Bank. We have an institution called World Bank. You all know that after the Second World War, immediately two institutions were created, IBRD and IMF. After the Second World War, immediately two institutions were created. One is IBRD, second is IMF. IBRD means International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. IBRD means International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. IMF means International Monetary Fund. New president is appointed to World Bank, David Malpass. D-A-V-I-D, David, M-A-L, Malpass, David Malpass, M-A-L-P-A-S-S. David Malpass is the new president of World Bank. And 100 years of Jallianwala Bagh incident. April 13th, 1919, exactly on April 13th, 1919, history we are remembering and still we are showing our solidarity with Jallianwala Bagh victims. 100 years back, on April 13th, 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You all know that in history, Jallianwala Bagh is a very deplorable moment where many Indians died. General Dyer ordered firing on them. Next important news is April 7th, yesterday is World Health Day. April 7th is World Health Day. What is TikTok? T-I-K-T-O-K. Is a short form mobile video. TikTok is a short form mobile video. TikTok is creating lot of havoc. How many of you play TikTok here? It seems that TikTok is promoting pornography also. Cases were filed on TikTok to ban TikTok and stop banning the TikTok. Short form mobile videos. TikTok promotes short form mobile videos. It's called TikTok. Short form mobile video. There is a fight to ban it. And students are getting addicted to TikTok. Next, Nagaland observed the 75th anniversary of Battle of Kohima. Nagaland observed the 75th anniversary of Battle of Kohima. And US is going to sell 24 multi-role helicopters. Multi-role MH-60 Romeo helicopters. US have approved to sell 24 multi-role MH-60 Romeo Seahawk helicopters to India. Romeo Seahawk helicopters to India at an estimated cost of 2.4 billion US dollars. At an estimated cost of 2.4 US billion dollars. So the US has approved the sale of 24 multi-role MH-60 Romeo Seahawk helicopters to India. And other interesting news is Japanese emperor is abdicating his regality. Japanese emperor is leaving his regality, he is giving to his son. New era is getting started in Japan, Reiwa, R-E-I-W-A, Reiwa era. See, when a new emperor comes, in the Japanese language, in the Japanese culture, it means a new era is getting started. When a new ruler comes, it is called new era. And earlier it's called Heisei, Heisei. Now change of era makes lot of sense in Japan. And generally when king dies, era changes. Medieval kings in Japan, they used to leave automatically. They used to abdicate it before their death. But from last 200 years, after 1817, this is the first time king is abdicating his power. After 1817, this is the first time king is abdicating his power. Reiwa, now we are going to have new era in Japan called Reiwa era, R-E-I-W-A. Reiwa, Japan declared that Reiwa is the name of its new imperial era. Reiwa is the name of its new imperial era that will begin on May 1st, 2019. May 1st, 2019. And now new king is coming to Japan, the son of Akihito. Presently the king name is Akihito, A-K-I-H-I-T-O, and the new emperor's name is Naruhito, N-A-R-U-H-I-T-O. So one thing you remember, if you don't remember king name, no problem, just remember the new era in Japan is called Reiwa, R-E-I-W-A, Reiwa era. Next important news, in Maldives, Ibrahim Soli, Maldivian Democratic Party, getting a landslide victory. Ibrahim Soli's Maldivian Democratic Party is under the victorious mood. Maldivian Democratic Party. Who is the president of Maldives? Ibrahim Soli. Ibrahim Soli's Maldivian Democratic Party. And if you see page number 7 in Hindu paper, page number 7 Hindu paper, you all know Ujjwala Yojana. Ujjwala Yojana is providing gas connections. In India, earthen stoves are very common. What is an earthen stove? Cooking made of earthen stoves, made of earth, made of sand, soil, earth, clay. Earthen stove. And women used to get respiratory related diseases, cough, lung infections because of clay stoves, earthen stoves. So now Prime Minister and the present government started a program called Ujjwala. Earlier 5,000 is the target, 5 crore Ujjwala connections. Now they have went for target of 8 crores and gas connections. But in spite of that, in 4 states, 85% of the women who got Ujjwala connections are still using their earthen stoves. Though they have gas connection, they are using clay stove, earthen stove. Why? This is a question that was asked in 2016 ethics paper. They asked the question in the similar way. In spite of having toilets, people are going only to open places for their night soil. They are going to open places for open defecation. In spite of having toilet, in spite of having gas connection, people use their clay stoves. You know the reason? Attitude problem. When they get, seriously, this is a psychological issue. Mostly psychological. There might be other reasons. When they get accustomed, for example, if you have a grandmother, from last 50 years she is cooking with clay stove or earthen stove, can you change her to the gas connection? She will fear after she sees a cylinder. For that we need to have reorientation awareness programs. Even in toilets, old people generally will not change their attitude and go to the toilets. They won't go to the closed outlets. They have to go to only open areas. These things we need to have attitude change. They should know the effects of it. We should change it, all these things. It takes time. Second thing is those who have gas connections, they are selling their gas connection to others, or they will actually keep the gas connection aside for purposes like festivities, and they don't want to use because they cannot afford the cylinder. They cannot afford the cylinder because in the village areas what they do, they will collect their small sticks and leaves, all these things. They can burn the clay stove but not the gas stove because they cannot purchase gas cylinder, all those things. So there are many reasons. So many problems, but ethics question paper you have to write this perspective also. Attitude. Seriously, it is very difficult to change the regular attitudes of people. Next thing. Next article, capital high. Capital high. This year, India got highest. This month, India got highest $4.89 billion of foreign investment. $4.89 billion of foreign investment. Last year, India's foreign investment surpassed China. India got largest and highest foreign investment compared to China. And you know why we are getting huge investments from foreign countries? The reason is European Central Bank, America's Federal Reserve, their economic policies have lowered the interest rates. For example, if you are an investor, where do you invest? If you get higher interest rate, you will invest. If you get lower interest rate, you don't invest. As a mindset, if you think like investor mind, it's like if you get higher interest rate, you will invest. If you get lower interest rate, you won't invest. If you get lower interest rate, you will go for a loan. You don't invest there. Okay. If you get low interest, will you invest? No. If you get higher interest, you will invest. Second thing, in India, rupee got appreciated because the demand for rupee increased. Till last year, from last 14 years, we have a big problem. Depreciation of Indian rupee. The rupee value is getting depreciated. But when there is more demand for Indian markets, rupee also got appreciated. And this thing we have to increase. If there is more foreign investment, definitely it is good for India for investments. But volatility in foreign investment is always not good. Suddenly foreign investment might fly away. When you overly depend on foreign investment, when you depend on foreign investment all the time, suddenly investors might take their investment and go away. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. So always have your own investment and depend on foreign investment in a normal way, but don't overly depend on foreign investment. So this is one article. Next article is about the heat is on. The heat is on. So the other is predicting that this year, because there might be El Nino effect, temperature rise, rainfall might differ. You all know June 1st to July 15th is a monsoon season. If you don't get timely rains, crop failures. If there is crop failures, farmers distress and agriculture distress, automatically growth rates will fall. And as you all know, Indian agriculture is a gamble of monsoons. Indian agriculture is a gamble of monsoons. In this article, you have a term called El Nino effect. You have to prepare what is this El Nino. In your geography class, this will be taught. El Nino. And you have one more word, just find out and read. Dipole. Dipole. There are two words, El Nino and dipole. Read that, see videos in the internet. Next article is on if Gandhi were alive today. If Gandhi were alive today. Mahatma Gandhi is very important for essay, GS, history, ethics, and also those who wanted to take political science, optional. Gandhi is very, very important. The other started with, if Gandhi were alive today, he would not have contested the elections. He would have boycotted the present elections. If Gandhi would have been alive, he would have boycotted the present elections. He does not like Machiavellian politics. He does not like negative politics. According to him, politics is not power politics. For him, politics means civic engagement, and politics should have ethics. Politics should follow value system, and people should engage in public life. That is politics. For him, men should be allowed to come into the public space and debate what they want. Politics is not to gain votes, but politics is to do service. And Gandhi was inspired by Thoreau in this respect. He was inspired by Thoreau in this respect. Even Thoreau believed that we should live in the state of enlightened anarchy. What is enlightened anarchy? Where mankind can live freely with maturity and enlightenment. One should not interfere. One should not be selfish in public space. So that is called true politics. And the other repented that we are going to for elections for 17th Lok Sabha, ignoring Mahatma Gandhi. After independence, in every general election, election by election, we have ignored Mahatma Gandhi. And I am sorry to say, the other told that we are again going to the elections ignoring Mahatma Gandhi's dictum. Gandhi believed in cleansing of politics, cleaning of politics from impurities, corrupt politics, selfish politics, politics with vested interest. Gandhi did not believe it. And at least a ray of hope, at least last minute, Indians should realize that politics means the people who does public service, not the people who purchase votes, and not the people who play caste politics for getting votes. So this is the essence of the article. If Gandhi were alive today, a very beautiful article. And this is also very important. India needs a proper waste management policy. India needs a proper waste management policy. With the hyper consumption, too much of consumption in the modern day, humans generate lot of waste. You all know we generate lot of solid waste, but how we are managing it? With the over increase of population, with the industrial growth, waste is being generated, and garbage, microplastics, and also other pollutants in the air and water. So 60% of the household waste is organic waste. We need to properly trace the waste, otherwise the waste itself become threat to the life of mankind. Mankind might think this is waste, but the waste particles might affect the entire mankind. This is properly using the solid waste. Next important article, as you all know, 2 days back, Imran Khan, Pakistan Prime Minister, told that no F-16 aircrafts were dismantled by India. In fact, because of elections, Indian government is claiming many things. We don't know how far his statement is right, but he issued that statement. So these are the important news. Tomorrow we will discuss other